Hello everyone and welcome back to Entertainment on Point. I'm your host, Sarah Ray Wisniewski. From celeb baby bumps to proposals, we have lots to catch you up on, but let's kick it off with your top stories of the week. 2021 has certainly brought a lot of changes in the world of Hollywood with engagements and breakups, but we also have some very new couples on the scene. One very unexpected duo that was just confirmed is musician Travis Barker and personality Kourtney Kardashian. A source told E! News the two have been lifelong friends but never saw their relationship taking a romantic turn. Over the past couple of weeks, there has been rumors of relationship from IG stories showing the stars at each other's homes. This was then officially confirmed on Valentine's Day when Kourt posted a pic to her Instagram with her sleek red nails holding on to who is clearly Barker's tatted up hand. This is further confirmed then when Barker commented a heart, and they both had very similar IG stories of a romantic fireplace. Moving on to some celeb controversy, artist Sia is currently under a ton of backlash after she offended the autistic community with her new movie titled Music. The film features Sia's muse, Maddie Ziegler, playing a young autistic woman who uses a communication device to see music differently. It was shocking to see the film was even released after all of the negative replies from the trailer that dropped last November. The National Autistic Society, amongst hundreds of other viewers, share their disappointment from yet another film covering the topic of autism with an abled lead actor. After the film's release, the reviews only continued to get worse, as many were disgusted as to how Ziegler's character's movements appeared to be mocking autistic mannerisms. When asked why Sia casted Ziegler in an interview with Australian talk show titled The Project, Sia responded with, quote, "I realized it wasn't ableism. I mean, it is ableism, I guess, as well, but it's actually nepotism because I can't do a project without her. I don't want to." And finally, in some lighter news, yet another love reality show is back up and running to keep us busy during these quarantine times. Season 3 of Temptation Island has started back up on the USA Network. Apart from the teasers already making this season seem extra dramatic, the actual filming of the show appeared to be challenging due to the current pandemic. Yet with proper measures, they were given the okay to shoot in the beautiful Maui, Hawaii. So make sure to give into your temptations and learn more about these lucky singles this season. We're going to go for a quick break, but when we return, we have our reporter Nicole Kapalko with your latest celeb baby news.
Welcome back to Entertainment on Point. The bun is out of the oven. Pop star Meghan Trainor and husband Daryl Sabara welcomed their first child. On February 8th, Meghan gave birth to a beautiful baby boy named Riley. The new mom shared the sweetest photos on Instagram with the caption, "This sweet baby boy's due date was today, on Valentine's Day, but we got to meet him on Monday, February 8th. We are so in love. Thank you at Daryl Sabara for the best Valentine's Day gift ever. Welcome to the world, Riley." Congratulations, Meghan and Daryl. One Meghan welcomes a baby boy and another Meghan is expecting. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry announced that they are expecting their second child. The royal child, Archie Harrison, will become a big brother. On Sunday, a black and white photo was released of Harry and Meghan sitting together while she cradled her baby bump. The Duchess was wearing a beautiful flowing dress that was made for her when she was pregnant with their first child, Archie. This happy news comes after Meghan suffered a miscarriage last July, saying in the New York Times, quote, "Losing a child means carrying an almost unbearable grief experienced by many and talked about by few," end quote. The due date and gender has not been revealed yet, but everyone is excited to meet the newest addition to the royal family. Congratulations, Meghan and Harry.
Thanks, Nicole. It is super exciting to hear all about this baby mama drama. Next up, our reporter Natalia Hilton has the scoop on a celebrity heiress who is now sporting a pretty big rock on her finger.
Leading up to the couple's one-year anniversary of dating, Paris Hilton and Carter Room got engaged on a private island while the couple was celebrating Paris's 40th birthday. According to People.com, Room popped the question with a one-of-a-kind diamond engagement ring. According to Vogue, the ring was designed and customized by Jean Dusset, made specifically for Paris. After Room popped the question, she posted a video on her YouTube channel describing the design of the ring. On the day of the engagement, Paris's attire consisted of her wearing a sequins white gown with a high slit and neckline. She also had on a low-chic crown and her signature fingerless gloves. Back in September, Hilton made her relationship official with Room. She told People that, quote, "This is the first time I've actually been forced not to travel and stay home." Paris was used to traveling for her career 250 days out of the year. She continued with, quote, "The silver lining is that I get to be with my pets and my boyfriend. The amount of time we've had together is what would normally take 5 years," end quote. The pandemic was one of the main reasons why she got to spend so much time with Room. She has said multiple times that he was worth the wait. We are going to go for a quick break, but stay tuned. When we return, our reporter Elena Troya has music news wrap up.
%40 of food in the United States is never eaten. At the same time, 1 in 8 Americans is struggling to put enough food on the table. Before you let your food go bad or throw your leftovers in the garbage, think about your options. To learn more about food waste and how you can reduce food waste at home, visit www.nrdc.org/issues/food waste.
And welcome back to EOP. The official trailer for Demi Lovato's upcoming docu-series Dancing with the Devil is finally here. Set to premiere on March 23rd, this will give fans a very in-depth look at Demi's life in the spotlight throughout the years, touching on everything from her near fatal overdose in 2018 to how she overcame her addictions with an inspiring musical comeback and her own personal awakening. The new trailer was released by YouTube Originals on February 17th as part of the Television Critics Association press tour and gives Lovatics an exclusive first listen to her song Dancing with the Devil. The 4-part documentary also features commentary from other musicians including Christina Aguilera and Elton John, and of course Lovato's close family as well. Lovato revealed during the virtual press tour that she was left with brain damage following her overdose. She said, quote, "I've had so much to say over the past 2 years, wanting to set the record straight about what it is that happened. Anytime that you suppress a part of yourself, it's gonna overflow." She adds, "I had 3 strokes, I had a heart attack, and my doctor said that I only had 5 to 10 more minutes to live." The other topics covered in the trailer include her addiction to heroin, engagement to actor Max Enrich and Split, and her current sobriety. The series will also address more recent developments, including how the pandemic has affected her and her most recent decision to chop off all her hair. Make sure you mark those calendars for March 23rd to check out Demi Lovato's Dancing with the Devil on YouTube.
Thanks, Elena. I will be for sure checking out Demi's new docuseries. Next up, we have our reporter Evan Laurent in the studio with another edition of Film Forecasters.
I'm Evan Laurent, and welcome back to Film Forecasters, EOP's open film debate segment. On today's episode, we are going to discuss a very relevant topic: snow. Being in the heart of winter and the nation getting covered in snow, it only seems appropriate to talk about the best movies set in the snow or where winter is a primary aspect to the plot. I'm joined by Cam, Nicole, Natalia, and Ray. So on this episode, it's literally going to be a film forecasting, almost. So let's begin with Cam. What is your favorite movie set in the snow and why?
Personally, it's gotta be The Shining.
All right.
There's nothing more iconic. Like, if you're cold or like just trying to describe someone, you can say you're Jack Nicholson. Yeah, sorry. In the maze, frozen over. Like that's the iconic snow, and it causes them to be trapped. The snow drives the entire plot, and that's just the most classic movie with snow in it. In my opinion.
Yeah, the snow. It's always set in winter, but the very end is when it really picks up the momentum, and it gives this feeling of isolation, and especially the maze scene. You feel like the outside world whenever you go out. It's like you can't because there's a massive snowstorm.
Exactly, and then it's just, and the red rum scene, and just the whole movie's a great masterpiece, let's be real here. But if you say a movie that has snow in it, or just, if you're talking about snow, I immediately think The Shining.
A lot of scary movies set in snow are, I think, in my opinion, they're more effective because it relates to how I feel about snow, how it's freezing and helpless almost, and traps you in when you get snowed in. We wake up to 10 inches of snow outside. I mean, it's a very scary thing, and then in scary movies, it makes it worse. Nicole.
Personally, I'm gonna have to go with a Disney classic, Frozen, the first one, not the second one, Frozen. I feel like it's just great. You have Anna and Elsa and Olaf, the talking snowman. She's an ice queen. It's just a great feel-good movie.
There was a point when you could not escape that movie. When it first came out, it was the smash hit, obviously. But the funny thing is, there was a movie that was released a year earlier, maybe 2 years earlier. It was also called Frozen, and it's about they're going skiing, and they go up on the ski lift and they get stuck up there. And it's a scary movie, and it was an inside joke. A few friends and I watched that movie. Then we see this movie coming out called Frozen, and we're like, wait. So Disney stole from them. But in summary, Frozen is probably one of the most successful, if not the most successful animated movies in the past.
Definitely, yeah.
Of all time, I think, too. Mm-hmm. So moving on. Natalia.
I would have to say Home Alone, the two movies, just because snow and obviously wintertime plays a huge role in both of them, just because they're both around Christmas too. So I'd have to say Home Alone because it's a classic movie, and a lot of the traps and stuff have to do with bad weather too and snow. So
Yeah, and they're all. I don't know how many there are now. There's at least.
I think there's two with and then there's a third one with different actors in it.
I think there's about 7 or so.
Oh.
7 or so Home Alone movies. But yeah, the first two only include.
Classic ones, yeah.
Yeah, and it is set in winter. I mean, you watch it every holiday season when it gets
exactly.
colder. It's on TV all the time too. So it doesn't have to be Christmas movies, but a lot of Christmas movies have snow as a central theme. And let's move on to Ray.
Yeah, I was just about to say, anytime I think of snow, I think of Christmas. And when you think of Christmas movies, anything Rankin Bass is automatically up there. And for me, I have listed Year Without Santa Claus as my favorite, especially since a key point is bringing snow to Southtown, which is done through negotiations from Mrs. Claus and Mother Nature. Another good one that's set in the snow, though, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, another Rankin Bass production that's always a hit that time of year.
Like you said, though, Snow Miser. He's like the mascot of winter, and a lot of people don't even know he's from that movie. They just know the character itself. It shows too much, yes. Do you like all of the Rankin Bass specials? I mean, you have to appreciate how long it takes them. It had to have taken them, just to make one animation or a few minutes of animation, because it's so, even looking back now, it looks a little bit dated, but it still holds up.
It may be dated by what we can do now with technology, but a classic is a classic for a reason.
I agree. And those movies are the test of time, considering they are still played every year on network TV.
Absolutely.
Any other thoughts about movies that you could think of set in the snow or something related to winter?
Well, what's yours? We all shared ours. I want to know what yours
Yeah.
is. What's your favorite movie with snow?
It's a tough one, but I'd have to say, relating to the horror side of things, I'd have to go with The Thing. It was released in the early 80s. John Carpenter directed it. It's about these researchers who go out in, they're at this base in the middle of Antarctica, I think, and they're researching, and there's a spaceship that gets found. And on this spaceship, there's this alien life, and it can take the form of any person. So it becomes, or anything, as you can see, it takes the form of a dog too. As you can, and that's the big plot of it, is they don't know who it is, and it becomes one of those, you can't trust anyone. And it could act like a person, or, I don't know. And the same thing with The Shining, where the winter becomes this isolated factor. They're in the middle of nowhere, and they really can't go anywhere because of the harsh conditions, and they're stuck with this being.
Oh, okay.
Another interesting one is we should be familiar with around this area is Groundhog Day.
Of course.
Yeah, I know a snowstorm plays a heavy hand in that one too. I'm thinking of some other ones. Any other?
Yeah, but another thing I know, it's not related to the movie itself, but I noticed this in a lot of movies that feature snow, is sometimes when they try to follow somebody and you can't see them, especially noted in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, they just follow the footprints.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just a trope that I've picked up on because it's been seen in a lot of movies I've seen or not, but it's interesting how that can play a factor, or should I say, an element.
And with practical effects too, you have to think of how the people on sets deal with the snow. I mean, it's obviously, for most of them, it's fake, but I know the movie was released a few years ago called The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. They were actually in the wilderness too.
Oh my gosh.
And he won Best Actor because all the crap that he went through to get
Exactly.
do that movie.
Yeah.
Final thoughts? Anything important like a pop-up snowstorm?
Unfortunately not.
Well, with that being said, it appears we're going to wrap up this episode, so please tune in next time to EOP, where we'll have another topic to debate, and we'll see you next time.